Welcome to the 18th part of the book of Isaiah the prophet. And this is May the 30th, 2024. And I'm back as promised, hoping to get out a few of these. Hoping with everything in me to get out a few of these videos today. Pardon me. Had to do a little something here real quick. And try to move some stuff out of my way so that I can focus. Anyway, I want to get back in. I want to recap some of the stuff that I said in the 17th part. So we're going to go back into Isaiah 8, verse 19. Excuse me. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits. Do you know what a familiar spirit is? Spirits are devils, of course. But I know many of you won't accept that. So, familiar spirit.
According to Wikipedia, in European folklore of the medieval and early modern periods, familiars were believed to be supernatural entities, interdimensional beings, or spiritual guardians that would protect or assist witches and cunning folk in their practice of magic, divination, and spiritual insight.
Now, just so you know where that came from, that was Wikipedia. To help you understand. Now, see, I didn't look this up to learn what this was before, because I already knew in my spirit what it was. The Lord had already taught me that Himself. What is it with all the military choppers lately? I didn't want that chopper sound in this video because so many other things lately. Sorry about that. Just moving a chair for a moment. But so many other things keep getting caught in my videos that I'm not intending to catch. And things from outside, which is crazy. But it happens. Apparently. Like right now, you're probably picking up everything I'm doing, or at least it is, rather not you. But anyway, there is a lot of spiritual deception in the world today. There's all kinds of books out there trying to distract people from actually reading the Word of God. If you're looking for God, the only thing you need is His Word. You don't need every book in the world. There's the thing. Right there. You do not need anything except for Jesus Himself. And he's not going to lead you into all these other books that contradict his word. Ooh, there's a lesson. How do I know that? Because he told me not to bother nothing else. And not to bother with anything else. This is how I know that we are not supposed to bother with these other things. They can certainly lead us into familiar spirits if we're not careful. God had appointed a king years ago whose name was Saul. And Saul trusted to the prophet Samuel, but Samuel died. Wow, my power went out. How's that for emphasis? That was weird. Anyway, I'm going to continue on. Okay, that was... My videos are always full of bizarreness. My videos are always full of bizarreness. I'm not going to let that hinder me. I'm going to keep on going. Anyway, there was the Lord had appointed a king named Saul. And Saul was, he trusted to Samuel for a long time, the prophet of God. And then Samuel died. And Saul was told, though, what to do, but he was afraid. Why was he afraid? Because he was not made perfect in love, for one thing. And he had gotten where he trusted to the flesh and leaned to the arm of flesh and thought that he gained things by the power of his own might and his army and whatnot. And began to take God's glory for himself. When you start doing stuff like that, you're on a slippery slope. You're in dangerous territory. And that's what a lot of people do today. They think that they learn this word of God by the power of their own might. And you set up a stubbornness against the Lord and learning anything from him. Just like Saul did. So, what'd Saul do? He ended up seeking out familiar spirits, the witch of Endor, when the Lord had already told him to kill all of them. And not only did he seek her out, he promised to let her live for helping him when he did not have that right, because God had commanded that he kill them all. Because they are evil things. We won't be making any deals with devils. I do apologize. Seems like my electronics have gone batty this morning. They're doing their own thing, and they're not wanting to stop when they're commanded to stop. But as I was saying, um, Saul saw familiar spirits, and he didn't want to stop. So he lost his mind. And God appointed a new king, King David. And David was afraid of Saul, so he ran. He didn't confront Saul. David didn't until much later. But if you truly trust the Lord, why are you afraid and running? Why are you running? Many of y'all run from the book of Revelations like scared little girls. You set your mind to believe a thing the way you want to believe it because you're afraid to believe it any other way. Because if you believe it that other way, that's going to open up doors and take you down avenues you don't want to go down. Don't worry. If you're fearful to believe the truth of the book of Revelations and you're not that means you're not going to keep it. And if you're not keeping it, you will not be going down any further avenues. You will be sleeping in the dust shortly. Don't worry, the angels of the Lord will be visiting you, and they will be removing you from out of God's way. Now, ministers, I don't have time to play with you anymore. Now, I've been patient and long-suffering with you for years now about this particular thing. Giving you time to get on board. I'm done. The angel of the Lord, the death angel, mind you, let's be particular, will be visiting your home to remove you because you're not necessary at this point for this war because you're not willing to learn what is needed to know for the grace of God. And don't think you're going to be like Hezekiah and get out of this one. Because you could turn your face to the wall and pray, but you will not get 15 more years. You are not going to get 15 more days if you keep it up. It is written, tempt not the Lord thy God. And when you will not even hear his voice and listen to him when he's trying to tell you a thing, you are tempting him to wrath. You are being rebellious, which is a form of witchcraft. Now, let's get on further into this word. And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter. Should not a people seek unto their God? That's a question. He's asking, should you not seek your God instead? In other words, to break it down and make it simplified for you. Instead of seeking familiar spirits like Saul did. For the living to the dead. We're not supposed to talk unto the dead. That's necromancing, and it is against God. For the dead knoweth nothing, so why do you need to talk to them? The only thing that you receive when you try to talk to your dead loved one is not a visitation from them, but demons assuming their form, their voice, and other attributes of your loved one just to trick you. I'll see you in the next part.